So in my last video, we actually got to talking about Black and White 2 a little bit, and how Peter Molyneux can get a little overhyped for his own things, and then maybe underdeliver a little bit. But generally speaking, I still thought that he makes some pretty good games. Peter Molyneux is actually kind of like the god of god games. And now he's actually kind of directly reviving the genre with Goddess. Now if you don't know what a god game is, it's basically a game where you play God. And in doing so, you don't necessarily directly control anything, but you kind of overwatch the progress that the game makes. Sure, you can kind of intervene when necessary, but a lot of the time you're just kind of sitting there and you're just watching things unfold, which is something I actually enjoy. And it's kind of one of the reasons that I haven't really tackled the God game video yet, because I always thought it would be really difficult to express my words. So I didn't think it would necessarily be easy to cover a lot of these games just one by one, so I thought, hey, why not just make a video about a lot of these games all at once and just cover them very briefly. So I thought I would include a bunch of different games, but the main game that I'm going to be focusing on is actually Populous, the beginning. It's bright. Now this is actually one of the original God games. This one here is called Utopia, and it was released in 1981. This is a game. This is what people used to play. People actually had to, use their imaginations to go places. Or this is what people used to put on their shelves and not play, because this is weird. There's like some boats and some rain. What? Green ship? Do you know what's going on? I don't know what's going on. I can barely even stand watching it right now, let alone commentate this thing. One can only imagine the excitement level of a person who just picked this up on day one. Yo, bro, guess what I got today?
No way! Not what I think it is!
Whoa. That's why you always pay your dues, you know what I'm saying? You can't just freeload all the time. Next up, we have Populous. This one is actually widely regarded as one of the first God games, and of course it is done by Peter Molyneux. Let's be honest, I didn't really know what I was doing, okay? I could terraform, I guess. There was a cross, so I was probably doing something right. Oh no, look! Enemies! I know they're bad because they're red! On to Populous 2! Oh god, flame pillar! Oh no, what's going on? I just started, I don't even know how to play! Excuse me? I just would like to know why there are flame pillars going all across my world, and would you please stop it, please? I mean, I don't know what to say. I just booted up the game. Flame pillars! Good! Good! We're done here. Now, even though this video is more about God games in the more literal sense, that doesn't mean I don't know that there isn't God games elsewhere. I mean, technically speaking, God games can encompass anything from SimCity. Okay, new city name, Butts. And then my name will be Oprah. Look at me, I'm a mayor of nothing. Now all I have to do is figure out how to level the
I don't like it anymore.
Don't forget about Black and White.
Look at me, I'm a god and I can punch things! Yeah. Look at you, you're a grown-up!
ActRaiser? In fact, ActRaiser is one of the earliest examples of a god game. I'm Cupid!
I am a fearless adventurer. Nothing will stop me, except this wall.
Well, sometimes you just get stopped, I think.
Stop! Let us leap!
Dungeon Keeper? You see, the key to this game is to have a really strong pimp hand.
Go!
Whoops! And of course, The Sims. Now, The Sims is probably one of the ones I spent the most time with.
And I'm not just saying that because of the loading screens, if you know what I'm saying.
Actually, I just mean that I spent a lot of time recreating my entire life. Look, there's my house. And look, there's even Ian. And now I just have to get all of his traits right. Let's see here, we got perfectionist, grumpy, computer whiz, artistic, and of course, no sense of humor. Look, there's also me. Oh, look at me. I'm so cool. Except he does mostly the same things that I do in real life. This is getting way too meta. Now, when Populous the Beginning came out, they actually kind of went a different direction with the game. Instead of becoming kind of like the overseer of development of a culture, you kind of took a more direct approach. Your godly entity actually has a real form in the form of this shaman, and she's actually worshipped by real followers, which I thought was a neat twist. Also, you can fireball people.
Taka.
Yeah! He drowned. So the goal of this game is actually to kill the opposing shaman and the followers, so it's basically just complete mass genocide. Do that and you're solid. But you can't do that right away, of course you have to build up your village first. I mean, it's basically like an off-brand RTS game. It's like, you know, when you walk into Safeway, and there's like oh, there's that orange juice, but then you're like, oh, there's Safeway brand orange juice, and it's always cheaper. It's kind of like that. I mean, it's made up of the same stuff, it's just pitched differently. I mean, it's simpler, but it doesn't make it any less fun. I mean, in what other game can you just, like, summon a swarm of bees? I don't recall one where you could do that. So that's cool. Okay, I gotta build up my village and have my villagers sex each other. Oh my god, could you please stop making the noises? So in order to get some of the spells in the game, you have to have your followers worship a totem. And every time the bar fills up on the totem, you have to listen to this. And for instance, with this level, this totem is giving me a spell I need to progress. So I have to get the spell. Which means... just imagine if this was Minecraft or something, and every time you finished cooking a piece of chicken, it went... Would you have fun then? No? You wouldn't? Oh goody, I can do 2 totems at the same time. I really enjoy this. So the problem I end up having with these games is I end up taking way too long. Like, I could win this level 30 minutes ago, but I just sat there and watched my town build up. I was always one of those people who in, like, Warcraft 3 would just build up a huge base until I had a max army and then go out. It's the most efficient way. Kinda. So I spent all this time building up my village, and then I decided to just go in with my shaman, because why not? I mean, she has fireballs. I'm basically unstoppable. So incendio! Or, I mean, I don't even. He's dead. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure that Red is utilizing the most amazing strategy I've ever seen in my entire life! Oh wait, no they aren't. I just so happen to have a spell to counter this exact technique! Victory is mine!
Bow before your god.
Okay, well just calm down guys. It's not... It's the first level! We haven't exactly won the war! So the game progresses like any other RTS game. You just kind of go through the main story, you get new buildings, new spells, and new thingies to play with. I've done it! I finally got enough followers to take on the evil that is the Green Clan. I just know it. They're evil. Even though they look exactly like me.
Today, I, your shaman, will lead you into battle against the Green Menace. You are my highly trained warriors.
Ka.
And at my command, you will stop at nothing to defeat the Green Menace. There will come a time when you will look back and remember this day. This is the day we fought and defeated our greatest rivals. You will not stop, you will not fail, and we will defeat them.
Because fuck green. Oh no, they got bees too! Oh no! Who would have thought they would have been exactly the same minus their color scheme? I know exactly what to do to be green-loving shamans. Oh. Oh dear. Later on, you don't even start out with followers, you actually have to convert them with a spell. So I guess you kind of give purpose to people. Well, I mean, I guess their lives weren't that great before, they were just eating trees. I'm gonna do a fireball. Oh no! Turning into a mist. I'm turning into energy, I guess. Oh look, I'm back with no consequences. I'm pretty sure that's good. So what is there to actually say about Populous the Beginning? well, it's not actually that bad of a game. In fact, I do quite enjoy it, from the little battle shouts to summoning bees. I mean, it basically is and plays like an RTS game, but I think that's what holds it back. It's not very unique. I mean, there's opposing factions, but they're just different colors. There's also some weird mechanical choices that they made, like the fact that if you don't have a priest to combat the other priests, you're basically screwed.
Onward to battle!
I mean, JK, I want to sit down and listen to your stories. Not to mention, it takes quite a while to get started and to get to the meat and bones of the game. They also lock out a lot of the cool features until much later, which isn't bad. I mean, I realize there has to be some sort of progression, but they kind of move a little bit too slow for my liking. Then on top of that, the mission types deviate from the build up and destroy the opposing faction scenario to the you're timed and you have to kill everything scenario. And I don't like being timed. TikTok, you're losing time. You have to defeat these guys really fast for some reason, but we're not gonna really, you know, go into it. You just gotta do it. Or else. It has something to do with this. There. Okay? Is that good enough for you? And anything that times me ever I automatically hate, so there. I must hate this game. But I secretly love it. Let's keep that between us. So maybe I don't know exactly what makes a god game a god game. I mean, is it any game that uses the bird's eye view? Or is it a game that actually puts you in the position of God, overwatching the progression of people, conducting war, or preventing it? I think that's why I find it just so interesting. I just don't think that anyone plays these games like I do. It's probably not true. All I know is that these games can all bridge the gap between something mythical to the real world. They give you an experience that you're just not used to having, something that's just so unique. Watching something unfold from afar, removing yourself completely from the situation and just watching. Sure, most of the time you are actively intervening, but everything outside of your presence acts on its own. They have their own free will and they do the things they want to do when they want to do it, actively making you the bystander, the overseer, the god. And it's easy to look back on something and tear it apart, comparing it and trying to make it live up to our absurdly high standards. And sure, it's great to tease something a little bit, I mean, that's half the fun. But realistically, I like these games. They all have something new to offer, something different than the norm of the everyday grind, an escape. And I think that's just something we all need every once in a while. Well, if only there was a game that encompassed all of these things into one complete package. If only. Hey, thanks a lot for watching my video. It was really fun to make. I hope you liked watching it as much as I had fun making it. And the fun doesn't have to stop there, because you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date with all my silly shenanigans and stuff. And if you haven't already, you can watch some of my previous videos here, the top 10 dogs in video games and the top 10 other things that I did. I don't even remember. If you like what I have to offer, maybe you'll like some of my friends. Go over to hiddenblock.com and check everyone out. And last but not least, let's not forget to tell me which games I forgot in the comments, because obviously you need to tell me that I forgot something that I clearly forgot. There could possibly be a reason why I didn't put it in this